You were not guided here by chance. Something in the quantum field summoned you, because you're ready to remember that reality isn't fixed, and you've never truly been bound by time, circumstance, or limitation. You've glimpsed it before, that flicker where reality bends to your awareness, when synchronicities cluster and the impossible feels near. That's not coincidence. That's you, brushing against your next timeline. Today, we're not just talking about manifestation. We're talking about leaping, consciously shifting into the version of you that already exists right now in a higher frequency of reality. Let's begin. What if I told you that the version of you sitting here listening to these words isn't truly and moving through time, but rather and shifting between frequencies of it? You've been taught that time is a straight line, past behind you, future ahead, and the present, this fragile, fleeting moment in between. But what if it's not a line at all? What if it's a field, an infinite ocean of overlapping possibilities, all existing at once, waiting for your awareness to land on one? When you grasp that, even for a second, something in you starts to loosen. You begin to see that change doesn't require years, effort, or waiting. The only reason it seems to take time is because you've been conditioned to believe you must walk step by step from who you are to who you wish to become. But in truth, the quantum field doesn't recognize your calendar. It recognizes your vibration. Think of it like a radio. Every frequency is playing right now, in the same space, at the same time. You don't have to chase the station you want. You simply tune to it. The music was always there, waiting. The same is true of your life. The version of you who's free, fulfilled, radiant, and aligned isn't in the future. They're broadcasting on another frequency right now. You don't become them, you tune to them. That's the secret behind a quantum leap. You're not creating something new, you're aligning with what's already true. The moment you stop trying to get there and instead allow yourself to be there, vibrationally, time collapses. What used to take months suddenly feels instantaneous because you're no longer dragging your past self into the future. You're dissolving into the self that already lives it. It's paradoxical, isn't it? The harder you chase transformation, the more you confirm the illusion that it's separate from you. But the moment you know it's already done, not wish, not hope, but know, the field shifts. You begin noticing small synchronicities, numbers repeating, familiar faces appearing, sudden waves of déjà vu. These are signals from the field, whispering that you've entered a new timeline. The external starts echoing your internal. So right now, take a breath. Feel the air enter your body, not as a mechanical act, but as proof that you are a living field of energy, constantly exchanging with the quantum around you. Feel the hum in your chest, the subtle awareness behind your thoughts. That's your access point. That's the observer. And when the observer awakens, reality bends. If you want a quantum leap, don't look at your life as a journey of distance. See it as a shift in ninth resonance. Begin asking not, how do I get there? But what frequency does my future self exist on? And how can I feel it now? When you embody that vibration fully, through thought, emotion, and being, your environment rearranges to match it. The universe mirrors your decision instantly. So here's your call. Stop chasing time and start tuning into timelessness. Stop seeking your future and start embodying it. Right now, in this breath, let yourself remember, it was never about getting there. It was always about realizing you already are. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. That's not a metaphor or a motivational slogan. It's physics. The quantum field doesn't respond to your words or even your wishes. It responds to your frequency. Every thought, every emotion, every subtle signal your nervous system emits is a vibrational code, and the field mirrors it with absolute precision. You could say the universe is perfectly neutral, but exquisitely obedient. It doesn't give you what you would ask for. It gives you what you broadcast. And here's where most people get stuck. They try to manifest from lack. They visualize their dream while secretly vibrating with the belief that they don't have it yet. They say affirmations, but their body, their electromagnetic field, still carries the imprint of the old self. That's like trying to play a symphony on an untuned instrument. The notes are there, but they can't harmonize. The field reads confusion and reflects it back as delay, resistance, or mixed results. But when you shift identity, when you stop trying to become your higher self and instead start being them, the signal stabilizes. You stop asking reality to change and start commanding it through resonance. The frequency of I am becoming collapses into I already am, and in that instant, you collapse a new version of reality into form. This is the real meaning behind embodiment, feeling the future as now, thinking as that version of you, speaking as them, choosing as them. Think about it. Every version of you already exists across infinite timelines. The confident you, the peaceful you, the prosperous you, they are not waiting for time to catch up, they are waiting for you to align your signal with theirs. When you do, you don't have to chase opportunity, love, or transformation. It starts orbiting around you like planets around a star, because your energy no longer says I need, it says I am. Identity is the doorway to every quantum leap. The moment you identify as the version of you who already lives your desire, you emit a coherent vibration. The field recognizes it instantly. This is why people who just decide often see immediate results. Their decision is not a thought. It's a frequency. Their body believes before the world catches up, and the world always does. You may notice resistance when you first try this, a voice saying, "But that's not who I really am." That's only the echo of your previous vibration, not truth. The quantum doesn't care about your past, it only responds to the signal you send now. So when doubt arises, don't fight it, observe it, bless it. Then gently return to the vibration of your chosen self. You're not pretending, you're remembering. So right now, take a moment. Close your eyes if you can. Imagine the version of you who already lives in alignment with everything you desire, not as a fantasy but as a living presence. Feel their energy move into your body. Notice how they breathe, how they stand, what thoughts they naturally think. Let that version of you take the driver's seat. Here's your invitation. Stop asking, how do I get there? And start declaring, I am there. Speak it until it feels real. Act from it until it stabilizes. Because when your identity and your intention finally match, the universe has no choice but to rearrange itself around you. That's not magic. That's coherence. That's resonance. That's you, becoming the frequency that reality cannot ignore. A quantum leap isn't something you would create through force, effort, or repetition. It's something you collapse through awareness. Every potential version of your life already exists in the quantum field, not as fantasy, but as probability. Countless timelines suspended in pure potential, waiting for the observer to choose. And that observer is you. The instant you observe with conviction, not wishful thinking but knowing, the wave of infinite possibility collapses into a single outcome. That's the nature of reality. It doesn't unfold, it responds. You see, the universe is not deciding for you. It's waiting for you to decide it about you. Every time you hesitate, analyze, or doubt, the field remains open, infinite but unformed. That's why change feels uncertain. You haven't yet made the energetic choice. The leap happens the moment you stop entertaining alternate possibilities and become unwavering in your observation of one. You don't push reality, you select. It's not about convincing yourself something will happen, it's about embodying that it already has. This is why the leap feels instantaneous when it happens, because it bypasses linear time. You might think it took me years to get here, but in truth, the shift itself happened in a heartbeat. The very moment your frequency matched the version of you were seeking, everything leading up to it was simply your energy recalibrating, your system gathering the courage to observe differently. Imagine standing before a field of infinite mirrors. Each one reflects a version of reality corresponding to a different vibration. Abundance, freedom, love, clarity. You can't step into the reflection while still staring at the old one. You must turn your gaze completely toward the mirror that matches the life you choose. That turning of attention is the collapse moment. The reflection shifts the instant your focus does. This is why presence is so powerful. In the stillness of observation, without judgment or attachment, you become the most potent creator. Observation isn't passive, it's alchemy. The moment you observe something with certainty, the field responds by organizing matter, people, and circumstances around that frequency. You're not commanding the universe with words, you're sculpting it with your awareness. But here's the paradox. The collapse happens when you stop trying to make it happen. When you release the grasping, the waiting, the effort, that's when the wave finally falls into form, because the vibration of trying says it's not yet real. The vibration of knowing says it already is. The field always takes the stronger signal. So right now I want you to feel what it's like to know something so deeply that no evidence is required. Feel what it's like to be in full alignment with an outcome before it shows up. That feeling, that certainty without proof, is the act of collapsing reality. It's you saying to the universe, this is who I am and everything else can dissolve. Don't wait for signs to confirm it. The signs appear because you confirmed it. The moment you hold your observations steady, even as the old world still echoes around you, the new reality begins to organize. Hold it, trust it, let the collapse complete. So here's your invitation. From this moment on, be deliberate with what you observe. Every time you focus on lack, fear, or limitation, you collapse that timeline. Every time you hold faith, wholeness, and gratitude, you collapse a different one. The field doesn't choose for you. It simply mirrors your certainty. So choose boldly, observe powerfully, and remember, the universe isn't waiting to change. It's waiting for you to look. Your emotions are not just reactions to your reality, they're the architects of it. Every feeling you allow, every vibration that moves through your body is a signal broadcast directly into the quantum field. The field doesn't speak your language of words, it speaks the language of energy. It reads the frequency beneath your emotions, the harmony or dissonance, and reorganizes itself to match. When your thoughts and emotions are at war, the signal becomes distorted, and reality mirrors that confusion back to you as chaos, stagnation, or mixed results. But when they harmonize, when the mind and heart finally speak the same frequency, the field responds instantly and coherently. This harmony is called emotional coherence, and it's the key to quantum transformation. Your brain emits an electrical field, your heart emits a magnetic one. Together, they form an electromagnetic signature that interacts with everything around you. When your heart beats in gratitude, when your mind holds a vision of trust, when your energy settles into peace, you become a precise transmitter of a new timeline. The field doesn't have to be convinced. It simply locks onto your signal and reflects it back as experience. That's why joy, love, and awe are so magnetic. Not because they make you positive, but because they align your internal rhythm with the rhythm of creation itself. The universe, in its most natural state, vibrates at coherence, pure order, intelligence, expansion. When you meet it there, reality stops resisting you. You stop swimming against the current of potential and start flowing with it. Suddenly, synchronicities appear, opportunities align, people show up, and events unfold with effortless precision. It's not luck, it's resonance. But coherence doesn't mean you never feel fear or doubt. It means you don't become them. You can feel emotion without letting it collapse your field. When fear arises, you can observe it as energy, not identity. You can breathe it, thank it, and let it pass through. The field doesn't judge frequency, it just amplifies what's consistent. So the moment you choose to return to coherence, to peace, to gratitude, the shift happens. The field recalibrates. The outer world follows. This is why ancient teachings and modern physics meet in the same truth. Feeling is the creative act. The emotion you choose most often becomes the world you live in. You are not responding to reality. Reality is responding to your emotional consistency. The more you anchor love, trust, and joy, the more stable your new timeline becomes. So right now, breathe deeply into your chest. Feel your heart expanding, as if it were not inside your body but surrounding it. A radiant pulse of energy connecting to everything that exists. Let that pulse synchronize with your breath. With each inhale, imagine drawing energy from the field. With each exhale, imagine radiating gratitude back into it. That's coherence. That's communication with the quantum. Here's your invitation. From this moment forward, use emotion consciously. When you wake, choose one frequency to live from: gratitude, wonder, peace, and let your day orbit around it. Don't wait for evidence to feel good. Feel good to create the evidence. Because when your heart and mind move as one, you stop reacting to your world and start commanding it. And in that alignment, reality can do nothing but respond. Every quantum leap begins not with a surge forward, but with a stillness, a void. It's the silent space between who you've been and who you're becoming. Most people mistake that space for loss, confusion, or failure because it feels like everything familiar is dissolving. But what's really happening is that the old frequency, the energy signature of your previous identity, is deconstructing itself to make room for what's next. You're not falling apart. You're falling open. The void isn't punishment, it's purification. When the universe pulls you into that emptiness, it's not because something went wrong, it's because the field can't overlay a new reality on top of an old vibration. The old structures, patterns, relationships, and even desires must disintegrate because they were built for the version of you that no longer exists. You might feel it as disorientation, moments when nothing makes sense, when even your dreams seem to vanish into fog. But that fog is sacred. It's the womb of all creation, the 0 point where infinite potential reorganizes itself. Most people resist this phase. They rush to fill the emptiness, to rebuild what's crumbling, to cling to the known. But the moment you grasp, you recreate the past. The void only transforms when you stop trying to escape it and instead let it hold you. The stillness, the uncertainty, that's the field recalibrating. The paradox is that doing nothing in this space is the most powerful thing you can do. It's not passive, it's gestation. The new reality is forming beneath the surface, invisible but exact. If you can surrender here, truly surrender, you step into mastery. Because surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means giving over, giving your control back to the intelligence that designs universes. The same force that spins galaxies is the one reshaping your life. It knows how to rebuild you far more elegantly than your mind ever could. So when everything seems to fall away, whisper to yourself, good. Let it. When each release is a frequency uncloaking your next form. In this space, your only task is presence. Breathe, feel, listen. The void will begin to whisper, faintly at first. New impulses, new visions, new alignments. Don't rush them. Let them emerge naturally, like constellations forming from darkness. The moment you can rest peacefully in the nothingness, without demanding answers, the new frequency locks in, and when it does, you'll feel it, not as a thought, but as a subtle click, a deep inner knowing that something has shifted. So right now, if you feel lost, empty, or in between, know that you are exactly where transformation happens. You are standing in the sacred 0 point, where old timelines collapse and new realities are born. Don't fight the silence, become it. Don't search for the light. Realize that you are tied ere, the light waiting to remember itself. Here's your invitation. Embrace the void as your teacher. When everything falls away, don't reach backward, reach inward. Sit in the stillness long enough to feel your new frequency begin to hum. And when it does, trust it completely. Because what feels like an ending is only the pause before emergence. The leap doesn't happen in motion. It happens in the still point between worlds. So breathe deeply, surrender fully, and let the nothingness create something extraordinary through you. Here's the truth most people overlook. You can't try to quantum leap because the act of trying keeps you separate from the version of you who already has. The leap doesn't happen through effort, through technique, or through waiting for a sign from the universe. It happens the moment you realize there is no leap to make. The version of you you've been seeking already exists, breathing, moving, thriving, and the only thing between you and them is the belief that they're somewhere else. The paradox of transformation is that you never actually travel anywhere, you simply awaken to where you've always been. Think of it like tuning into a new frequency. The moment you shift your awareness, the new station starts playing, not because it was created, but because it was always broadcasting. You didn't summon it, you remembered it. The same is true for your reality. Every time you expand your consciousness, you're not becoming something new, you're uncovering what was hidden beneath layers of conditioning, fear, and false separation. Awakening isn't a climb, it's a return. When you finally let go of the idea that change requires movement, time, or distance, something profound happens. Reality stops feeling heavy. You stop straining to manifest, to control, to prove. You realize you were never waiting for the universe. The universe was waiting for you to recognize your reflection in it. The field mirrors consciousness instantly. The moment you declare, "I am," the entire grid of creation rearranges itself to agree with you. Because consciousness is causality, the shift doesn't require proof, it creates proof. That's why so many people experience sudden breakthroughs the moment they stop chasing them. The release of resistance is the true moment of arrival, the aha that floods your body with recognition. That's the quantum leap completing itself. You've felt this before, haven't you? That sensation of remembering something you've never been taught. That's your future self echoing through time, reminding you that the path was already mapped inside you. So right now, take a deep breath, not to calm yourself, but to anchor yourself into this realization. The observer and the observed are the same. Every external event you encounter is the mirror of an internal frequency. The moment you change your observation, the way you see yourself, the way you interpret reality, the reflection transforms. You don't have to force the mirror to show something new. You only need to change the one who's looking. You didn't come here to figure out how to leap. You came here to remember that you already did this very moment. The one you're living now, the one vibrating through your awareness as you listen, is the evidence of that shift. The old self couldn't have heard these words and felt their truth. Only the leaped version of you can. You've already crossed. You're already standing in the new frequency. All that's left is to live from it. So here's your invitation. Stop asking if the leap worked. Start acting like it already has. Speak as the new you. Move as them. Decide as them. Don't wait for confirmation. Be the confirmation. Every time you choose alignment over doubt, you stabilize the frequency of your new timeline. And when that choice becomes your natural state, you'll look back and realize the leap was never a jump into the unknown. It was a remembering of who you've been all along.